Hi, my name is Sanvi. Today I'm going to be talking about life in Lokakash and basically the 5 Ws, like the who, what, when, where, and why of the different types of Jeev in Jainism. So, yeah. Okay, so the who is Jeev, and Jeev is one of the 6 Dravyas, and Jeev means soul. Jeev can be divided into two main categories, and those two categories can be divided into so many more categories. The what is there's infinite times infinite number of Jeev in the Lokakash. So wherever you look and wherever you don't look, there's Jeev everywhere. When always the Kala cycle, which is part of the Kal Dravya, is ever continuous. It doesn't end and it keeps on going forever. Where is the Lokakash? So the Lokakash is a collection of the 6 Dravyas. It's basically our belief of the universe. And outside of the Lokakash, there's no Jeev. There's just Akash Dravya, which is just space. And inside the Lokakash is where all the Jeevs are. So why is it important? Let's find out. So there's two main categories of Jeev. So there's Mukta Jeev and Sansari Jeev. Mukta Jeev are Siddhas, Tirthankars. They're people who have pure souls. They've gotten rid of all of their karma and they're out of the cycle of birth and death. And now they reside in Siddhashila, which is at the top of the Lokakash. Then there's Sansari Jeev like us. We're still in the cycle of birth and death. We still have different types of karma, and we're still everywhere in the Lokakash in different types of life forms, depending on what life form that you are. Okay, so this is a chart of the different types of Jeev there are. So Mukta Jeev are obviously the liberated Jeev, but within Sansari Jeev, there's Stavar Jeev and Tras Jeev. So Stavar Jeev are all the one sense beings, and they reside anywhere in the Lokakash. And Tras Jeev reside in a place called the Tras Nadi, which is the only place where they can reside. So within Stavar Jeev, there's Prithvi Kaik, Jal Kaik, Agni Kaik, Vayu Kaik, and Vanaspati Kaik. And you might have heard these names in the scriptures, but yeah, so these stand for land, water, fire, air, and plants. These are all one sense living beings. Within Vanaspati, there's Sadharan and Pratyek. So Sadharan means these are the infinite souls, but they share one body, whereas Pratyek is one soul per body. So Nitya Nagod is where, well, Nagod, first of all, is the soul's headquarters. It's kind of like where we are. We are in a very miserable state of life, and it's where the soul spends most of its time. So in Ittar and Nitya Nigod, the soul has never come out of Nigod. It's never been in a 2 to 5 sense life form before. In Ittar Nigod it has, but it didn't attain Samyak Darshan, so it's back to Nigod form. In Pratyek, there's Aparishit and Saparishit. And in this, it means Aparitishit is where there's no Nigod Jeev, and then Saparishit is where there's one soul, like Pratyek, but then there's infinite Nigod souls along with that. Then for the Tras Jeev, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5 sense. Humans, Dev, Diryanj, and Naraki are all types of 5 sense living beings. So within humans, there's Arya and Lecha. And they have more subcategories. So, and then within Diryanj, there's Jalchar, Talchar, and Nagchar. And with Dev, there's Bhavanvasi, Vyantar, Jyotishk, and Vaimanak. Yeah. So basically that's like an overview of the chart. And yeah. So the where, the middle rectangle, this is the Lokakash. Basically the middle rectangular section is called the Trasnadi, and it's where the 2 to 5 sense living beings are. They can't reside anywhere outside of that space. Then there's 1 sense living beings all over the Lokakash, and they can be in the Trasnadi, but they can also be outside of the Trasnadi. The middle log is where humans and Tiryansh reside. In that small section, so comparatively the Lokakash is so big, so it's very hard to think about in terms of size. And then the Siddha Shila is at the very top, and it's where Mukta Jeev reside at the very top. So why is this important? So it's really important to differentiate Jeev from Putkal and other dravyas too, because it's important to be one with yourself, and it's important to know that the body and other worldly possessions are not who you are. Another important thing is to understand the importance of human life, because the other type life forms are very miserable, and the human life is the only life form that can lead you to moksha. Then it's also very important to be mindful of other jeev, because we often don't realize how many jeev there are when we're stepping on grass in the night, or we think a bug is annoying us, but these jeev are just like us in the sense that we all have a soul, and we all have the opportunity to achieve moksha. And then number 4 is to learn about the who, what, when, where, and why we're here. So as we're spiritually growing, it's important to know more about the world we live in and the different types of souls there are, so we can learn about how important it is to spiritually grow in general. So yeah, that was my presentation. Sorry if I had any errors or if I had mispronunciations. Michhami Dukkadam, thank you for listening.